First at 4, one man charged in the murders of 4 women. But we're learning this is not the end of the investigation. You know the Somerset collection in Troy? Well, now it's moving in a new direction about 24 miles south, bringing more retail where it's needed.
A major designer brand comes right here to Detroit, right here at Cass, and the gift they've given these kids is incredible, and it's something that will continue.
Paula, we've got 4 full days of summer left, but how could we possibly top this? I have an idea. We'll check that out right now. First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, this is new video of D'Angelo Martin in court. The serial killer suspect just faced murder charges in the deaths of 4 women whose bodies were found in abandoned homes in Detroit. Devin Skillion is live in the newsroom. And Devin, we're hearing also from prosecutors today.
That's exactly right, Karen. Some have wondered why charges have not come sooner. Well, Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy opened her news conference this morning saying that while this has been a high-profile case, her office had to take time to make sure they get it right. It all started, of course, back in February. That's when the first body was found in a vacant home on Detroit's east side. In the following months, 3 more bodies were found in much the same manner, face down, sexually assaulted in vacant homes. After months of investigation, D'Angelo Martin charged with the murders and sexual assaults of 4 women, Annetta Nelson, Nancy Harrison Travisine Willis, and Tamara Jones. We just learned that Martin may be connected to 2 more murders.
We're looking at 2 additional cases where there might be some connection. I want to emphasize might, and they're still under investigation at this time. So there are 2 other cases where we're looking at Mr. D'Angelo Martin for.
And that's as much as we got. Worthy declining to give any more information on those 2 other cases. But while that investigation continues, Martin is going to be back in court Friday on previous sexual assault charges. Those were filed against him earlier this year, not connected to this current case, but he's accused of kidnapping and sexually assaulting a woman and raping and stabbing another woman in the neck at his mother's home in Detroit. So continuing to follow the reaction to this, Sean Lay will continue our coverage here coming up on Local 4 News at 5. Karen, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Devin. Local 4 is monitoring the negotiations between General Motors and the UAW. A massive strike now in its 3rd day. Right now, the good news, they're still talking, and we are hearing they could be making some progress. Still, nearly 50,000 workers have walked off the job, crippling GM production. Healthcare costs and giving temporary workers a clear path to permanent jobs are 2 of the bigger sticking points. Some analysts say the strike could cost GM between $50 and $100 million a day. We'll be checking in with business editor Rod Maloney for the latest developments live at 5. It's the new concept that's bringing luxury shopping back to downtown Detroit. The Somerset collection is bringing its 180 stores downtown in what they're calling a rotating brand display. So that means Somerset's brands will rotate in and out of the space at the Metropolitan Building. We're told this is the first rotating store of its kind. Somerset says it's hoping to have the space open for the holiday shopping season. All right, Ben, I'm not sure we can say this, but, you know, we do like the weather lately. Keep the good times rolling, right?
Yeah, doesn't look like there's going to be a huge change in what we see outside right now, at least for the next couple days. And looking at these numbers, I think we'll all agree that's perfect. Lucky 7s for most of us here, from Metro to Ann Arbor and Lapeer. Adrian, one of the warmer spots, close to 80, but just not quite there. And just enough of a breeze to keep things stirred up. So here's how the next 7 are going to shape up. Cooler night tonight. We'll look at that in your 4-zone forecast. Again, not much change for Thursday and Friday, but the most summery part of the forecast will be the last 2 full days of the season, and we'll check that out in just a few minutes. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. Tensions between the U.S. and Iran are still on the rise as Saudi Arabia points the finger at its longtime enemy. Today, Saudi Arabia claims an attack on its oil fields was, quote, unquestionably sponsored by Iran. But it stopped short of accusing Tehran of actually launching the assault. The world is waiting to see how President Trump will respond. And Iran has already issued its own threat. That country denies being involved in the attack and says it will retaliate immediately if Iran is targeted with military action. Meantime, President Trump has ordered new sanctions on Iran. Some Republicans, like Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, think military action would show strength. Right now, it seems the president disagrees.
It's very easy to attack, but if you ask Lindsay, ask him how did going into the Middle East, how did that work out? And how did going into Iraq work out?
The man standing next to President Trump in that video is his new national security advisor, Robert O'Brien. The two men were traveling together as the president tweeted news of the appointment. O'Brien was the special envoy for hostage affairs at the State Department and helped with a case involving the rapper Sept. He replaces John Bolton. Both men will be dealing with one more international challenge as the Israeli election is deadlocked. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is currently tied with his challenger, Benny Gantz. Each has 32 seats in parliament out of 120. Both sides will try to make deals with smaller parties to form a coalition government. It could take weeks for either side to take control. Investors were waiting all day for a decision on interest rates, and this afternoon, a sharply divided Federal Reserve cut its benchmark rate by an additional quarter point. Now, that can affect what we pay for things like credit cards, car loans, and mortgages. The Fed also said it is prepared to do what is necessary to sustain the U.S. economic expansion. So here's a look at the Dow Jones right now. Stocks dropped a bit after the Fed's decision as some investors wanted more concrete information on what comes next. But in the final hours, the Dow bounced back. As you see, it is now up some 36 points. All right, closer to home, major fashion designer is micro-focusing efforts to clean up its reputation, and a Detroit high school is reaping the benefits. Gucci has been working at Cass Tech for 3 days, trying to learn from those most hurt by recent charges of cultural and racial insensitivity. Paula Tutman was there.
Okay, raise your hand if you'd like to know a kid who does not like expensive designer duds. And certainly Gucci is one of those aspirational brands, but the brand has had to do quite a bit of cleanup. It was a culturally insensitive fashion faux pas that hurt some of the people who covet the brand most. Teenagers. An $890 insult that cut 17-year-old Erin deep.
It was just kind of like, wow, should I continue to buy and purchase and support a brand that doesn't necessarily have my best interest?
Today at Cass Tech in Detroit, students were immersed. The backlash over that sweater is the reason the brand brought in a new fresh-faced VP of brand and culture engagement, Antoine Phillips, who reportedly said point blank the way to fix this problem is to bring in leadership and designers who look like him and look like the kids at Cass Tech.
Our whole goal here at Gucci is to make sure we're, including and changing the pipeline within the fashion system and making sure that we allow opportunity and space for you guys sitting out there in the stands.
Brand managers have been engaging students at Cass since May, and for the last 3 days brought in more than 100 of its North American store managers and Gucci leadership. Their cultural and diversity training held with the students in the room who could participate.
It was huge. Oh my God. We kept looking at each other like, are you here? Am I here?
But for them to bring their training session to our school and allow our students to be a part of it, to ask questions, and really get an idea when they were talking about diversity and inclusion.
And to see that people think that it's important for people of color and people who look like us to be in those higher up seats.
In turn, the kids gave a list of things they need to remain creative in their marketing and design pursuits, which included beefing up the design studio and the fashion design club.
Sewing machines, all of the material for sewing machines. We need
fabric, we need needles, we need measuring tape.
Ask and you shall receive.
So we're happy to present a $10,000 check.
And a promise from the president and CEO of Gucci America that this won't be the last stop at Cass.
And it only deepens our interest in wanting to become much more involved in what's happening here.
I do feel as though they are trying to fix a mistake that they made, but I do also feel that they genuinely care.
Engagement, forgiveness, and a path to move forward by design. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
And Gucci will also sponsor big-ticket scholarships of more than $1.5 million to their focus cities. More than $80,000 is earmarked for students at Cass Tech. It's a new kind of retail therapy. Still ahead, will teenagers be the ones to help brick-and-mortar stores survive? And a local grocery chain says it's selling a better avocado. All right, so what makes it so special and what it could mean for all fresh produce? Up first is President Trump versus the state of California. Detroit's auto industry is caught in the middle. This story right after the break.